Thank you. Today seems to be a series of videos and episodes on what I call Felicia TV. I'm going to be pouring my minds on issues that are very critical. Today I'm going to be talking about what do you stand for. Many a times the Western world think that Nigerians are dubious people, they are fraudulent people, they are people without morals, they are dirty people. But today I want to clear the air on it. Nigerian people are not dirty, they are not dubious. In every 12, I know there is a Judas. But today I also want to lend voice to people who have policies that they hold, that has conscience, that are not repugnant to natural justice, equity, and good conscience. I want to relate a life experience, and I believe that someone watching will be able to know that it pays to hold your policies, even if you are resident in Nigeria or elsewhere, that it's good to stand up for what is right, even if you do not have people applauding you. First, I'm going to be sharing my postgraduate experience, and I will be encouraging the Nigerian students who may have one or two issues because they stood for what is right. My name is Felicia, and in 2008-2009, I decided to take a postgraduate program in my alma mater, University of Benin. I first graduated from the Faculty of Law from that same university. I had a work experience in Citizens' Rights Directorate during my youth service year, and I had an encounter where a 4-year-old child was defiled by a 24-year-old male neighbor. And all through when the proceedings were in court, I saw how it really affected that 4-year-old child. And at the end of my service year, I decided that I needed to add value. That my boss then told me that she would advise me to social work. I never knew what social work was, and I took steps to make inquiry in the admission office in University of Benin, and I picked up a form, and I decided to put on the program, and I put in all my all. The essence of going to do that program was not to acquire a certificate, but to actually add a value, to be a voice to children, be an advocate, and do what I needs to be made for. But there is something that played on, and that's why I'm sharing this video. Because of my zeal then, being the only law graduate in my class, we were 5 in my discipline, social work. I had to do a combined sociology and social work. The HOD of the department in 2008-2009 section, Professor Mrs. Egafona, took an interest, and at that time, International Organization of Immigration were trying to see how they could put an end to human trafficking. Like what many people would know, Edo was experiencing massive female trafficking to Italy and elsewhere. So they were an observatory team working with the university, and the then HOD, Professor Mrs. Egafona, asked me to be one of the research assistants to collect data and fixing things for them. And it was an opportunity to learn on the job. It was beautiful. But trouble rolled in when I decided I was not going to be a party to falsifying data, and that was my undoing. As at the time I was a postgraduate student, I was a Catholic, and my Catholic faith taught me that you should not receive communion unworthily. That means that you should always stand for what is truth. You should not do that which you know that is incompatible with your conscience. So falsifying a data was incompatible with my conscience. And at a point I told her I wouldn't do the work. Maybe they will have to get someone to fill it in. And there have been so many irregularities then. And so it was going to be my undoing. When it was time to graduate, Dr. Mrs. Okoye, who was a visiting lecturer from the University of Nsukka, you know how Nigerian lecturers may do, majority of them, they are the good one, but the bad one is they have accessories, people who aid them to do the wrong things. So they teamed up. When results were being passed in University Senate, Dr. Mrs. Okoye stood and said Felicia should not be on this list. And Professor Mrs. Ogafona didn't say anything. It was a payback. If Felicia could not do what was asked to do, she will not graduate. And I took a running battle. And what actually marveled me was a panel was set up, and I invited one of the human rights defender from Lagos, Mr. Innocent, and he came around. He was asked not to be in the panel. It was quite interesting. And on the panel were 5 professors who were supposed to be gentlemen. One was Professor Mosigo from Department of Mathematics. One was Professor Elaho from Foreign Language Department. One was Professor Emeka Chiano from Faculty of Law. One was Professor Kolocha, the then Dean of Faculty of Social Sciences. And the 4 of them met. And what made me laugh was Dr. Mosigo said, Professor Mrs. Egafone gave you a job and got you paid. Is it how you will tell her thank you? And I begin to ask, when men of such caliber feel that because someone has given you money or is paying you, you should go against your conscience to do what is wrong. And I will not be surprised after the panel. Professor Elao's child got a job in the university. It makes me laugh that if we cannot stand for truth, for what is equitable to good conscience, where are we going? Sometimes you will want to join the bandwagon. I want to join you today. It's 7 years now. The university has still not released my result, but it has not stopped me from driving on my passion. I went ahead to do an exam. Today I'm a chartered mediator, a negotiator, and a conciliator. I'm still pushing on. I'm still making effort. I have learned that I would have, in all the days of my life, stand for what is just, for what is truth, for what is not repugnant to natural justice, equity, and good conscience. And it didn't stop there. In my work experience, many a times there are ways that you could do things, dirty dealings, but I have told myself I wouldn't do things that are dirty. I should stand uprightly. I'm not a saint, I'm not a perfect person, but I work day in, day out to ensure that I stand for what is true. Many a times it is easy to sign documents that you know that are false, that they are defective because you want to have some money and have your bank account becoming robust. I have had that challenge, but I have said, what will it profit me? I have on documents Felicia's signature, and it becomes a subject of litigation for someone who I would have represented rightly. And I tell you, irrespective of who you are, whether you are a student, a professional, a business person, it may not be very easy, but you will always have that peace of mind, that knowing that a good name is better than riches. And I know there are many Nigerians who have good names, and many good names do not come with riches. But one thing you should know is that you earn the respect of people far and wide. And I encourage you, if you have a philosophy of doing right, of living right, of loving what is right, please hold to good conscience, and a time would come, your name will be carved on rocks and gold. God bless you. Thank you so much.